Hi everyone, and welcome to our teaching and learning video for this week, which is part of our challenge series where we're going to be having a look at this idea of sharing excellence in our classroom. So just take a moment. I expect you're probably watching this in your classroom right now, so have a little look around. What do you see on your walls? What do your classroom displays look like? Are they beautiful bubble writing, these inspirational posters, pretty pictures of things? But do they actually help your students? Some of the displays around the school are beautiful, don't get me wrong. I love looking at some of these displays because they are so pretty. But if those displays hold very little relation to how your subject is assessed, are they actually useful, or are they merely decoration? The idea of good quality classroom displays is to actually have an opportunity to show our students excellence. We want them to actually aspire to this excellence. We want them to produce this top quality work. But do they know what it looks like? How can they aspire to this excellence if they don't see it? It's kind of like giving you something and saying, okay, I want you to build this, without knowing what it is your end product should look like. You could all just take these different pieces and put them together in different ways. How would you know if it was right or not? Until you got there and someone said, oh no, that's not what I was aiming for. Why don't we show it then? So using our classroom displays to actually put up this excellent work means that those students can see what it is they're aiming for. They can really pick out those key features that should be present because they're looking at it day in, day out. So what I want you to encourage you to do is go for a walk. I go for a walk around the school a lot. You know, I wander into classrooms all the time. But actually take a moment and go for a little stroll around the school at some point and have a look at the different displays that we've got up. Are these showing our excellence to the students? Are they showing real quality pieces of work? And I always think a good place to start in probably any school, to be honest, if you want to see this done well, is usually the art department. That's not to say other departments are not doing really good jobs with their displays, but a go-to standard of any school that you like, if you go to an art department, walk into an art classroom, I can pretty much guarantee their walls are going to be adorned with lots of amazing pieces of artwork from previous students. Why do they do that? Well, number one, they are beautiful. Our students are ridiculously talented in some cases, but it also means that the students that then come through that door of the classroom see that work. They can see what other students in that school have done, and they can aspire to this. The teacher can also use them as a teaching tool. If you want to be highlighting a key technique, put a bit on your wall that shows it, and then you can go over and go, look, this is what they did here, and look at the effect it has on the overall piece of work. Now, art, obviously, you can see how that works very easily. Put up those bits of work. But how can it work in other subjects like yours, which you're sitting there thinking, who wants to look at an essay on a wall? Well, a number of people who want to know how to create that top quality essay. Now, what we're not going to do is put up these teeny tiny bits of handwritten work that you obviously have to stand right in front of to see, particularly if your eyesight is anywhere near as good as mine these days. But we can take that piece of work and enlarge it, print it up bigger, and then add some annotations onto the side, pointing out why it's excellent. Refer to it in class then when you're teaching that particular topic. So if it's something like a history answer where they're evaluating a source, blow up that good quality answer that a student's written and then add those annotations onto the board so that they can see, oh yeah, here they made reference to this. Look, this is where they linked in their prior knowledge. Actually make it so that they can see what those successful parts are. If it's in maths, put up that complicated maths problem, the bit that had multiple steps they had to work through to solve, and then obviously point out what the student did in order to get there. Make sure you're highlighting the correct way of setting it out. Anything that was really good about it, put those annotations on there. If we're thinking science or geography or other subjects where you need to draw a graph, again, blow up one of them that they've done and then add those labels to say, well look, this bit here where they drew the axes and put the labels on, that got them 1 mark. So that what we're doing through our displays is we're informing our students of what a top quality piece of work for that particular aspect actually looks like. This is where you get the marks. These are the bits you've got to include. And they're going to be surrounded by these. Every time they go into a classroom, they will see it. Every time we're teaching that topic, we'll refer to it. And eventually, hopefully, that sinks in and then it'll be replicated in their own work.